Hi Marg. Hi Belinda. How is everyone? I'm just wondering if I've got that in the right spot. Yeah, so tonight I'm going to be using Little Ladybug for the first card and Thoughtful Blooms for the second card. The Little Ladybug stamp set is available with usually with a hostess party of a sales of $500. The hostess automatically receives that, but as I do a lot of online orders, I've been cutting off the orders when they've gone to 500. That's how come I've got a ladybug to give away, because I don't need any more than one. So in tomorrow's class, if you haven't won the ladybug from me before, or if you're attending class, I'm going to put you in the draw to win the ladybug stamp set. And the second card is another celebration set. This is available with a $90 purchase, and it has a matching punch, which I'm going to be using as well. That's also available as a celebration freebie, but you need to spend $180 to get that. This punch will go through to the annual catalogue. They have told us that already. Okay, I'll just see if there's anybody else. Margaret, Belinda, we might get started because we can't be, I haven't had dinner yet. I had a late phone call, so we can't be waiting around forever, can we? I'm going to be mean. I'm not going to show you what we're going to be doing. I'm just going to get right onto it and do it. So I've already stamped and pre-cut my little ladybird, and also the this little round thing that comes out of the poppies dies. I'm going to be using that for both of the cards I'm doing tonight. I haven't pre-cut the other one, so I can see how that cuts. Just make sure I'm putting them where I can see them, and I've used the matching framelits to the ladybird are available with a $50 purchase. So if you've already got the ladybird stamp set, you can, the other way to get the ladybird is to put in a $500 order yourself, and you will automatically win that then. Okay, so firstly, let's grab my snail. Really just doing a little bit of stamping. Actually, I should actually stamp the greeting first, in case I mess it up before I go adhering anything. I want that about there, and I want that about there. And I love this Hey Lady. Don't tell me I didn't grab it. It doesn't look like I grabbed my memento. They're both on the bench. I'm just going to have to run and grab that. So I got the memento and a couple of other things I forgot to grab too. I'll put that out the road for a minute. My stamp and scrub as well. When you think you're all organised, but you're not. And some baby wipes too. I like to stamp off my stamps on a baby wipe so I don't, especially when you're using dark colours, because your scrub is dirty in no time. So that's what I do. Put that over there as long as I don't forget where it is. And with memento, I'm always, seem to be bouncing a bit, I'm always getting my fingers in the ink. That's not too bad. Oh, that's something else. It's got a cotton bud underneath it. That's why it's bouncing around. Having a bit of fun there. So just, hey lady, we want hey lady down here. Now, I'm not putting a sentiment in this card because it could be a birthday card, it could be a just a like you're my friend card, or you know, just an encouragement card. It could be anything. So I often don't, as my girls know, I often don't put a sentiment because sometimes people don't like, or they wouldn't use, not don't like, it's a bad, not a good way of putting it, they wouldn't use white on white. It's hard to see where the white is, so I'm going to put it over here onto my silicone mat so I can see where the white ends. There we go. And I'm not going to use dimensionals for this, but I will dimension our little ladybug. Pop that onto the front of the card. You can see once you've got your elements die cut and coloured, I had to, it does take a little bit of time to colour the ladybug bird, obviously. Where's my dimensionals? But it's not too bad to colour. Just pop a couple of these, and I've coloured it, and then I've put that lovely Wink of Stella. Have you used your Wink of Stella yet? Oh, hi Trish, how are you? Trish and I went to we first met when we went to Bendigo to do, what was it Trish, an updated anatomy and physiology course, wasn't it, before we could do our medications. How many years ago was that? Quite a few. Are you into card making? I guess you get all your supplies if you do it off Cheryl O'Brien, do you? Okay, now what do I do with my red? I'll have to see what Trish said, if she said anything. She might not have. No, she's not going to talk to me yet. So for the inside, I just, what did I do? So that's the cut. Oh, I know, I just did, don't need to look, I just did some little ladybugs, and I did the same for the envelope. Sure it's up the right way. Got some cute little ladybugs, some are sitting there, some are tumbling, and just another one on the back. Clean our stamp, and there's just, once we get that adhered to the inside, it's just one more thing. And what is it, guys? What haven't we put on there? Every card needs this. I know you all know. Bling. Yes, we've got to have some bling. Now I know these aren't available anymore, but I have them, so I'm going to use them up, and I suggest you do the same. I used to hoard things for something special. I might need that, but I don't do that anymore. Just use them. A big one there. Might have a smaller one there. I really did bling this one up, didn't I? One there. One there. How many have I got now? 4. We need 5, don't we? Where should I go? Don't want to put it over there. It might look as though he's gone to the toilet, mightn't it? Okay, so how quick and easy was that? What do you reckon? Oops, I can get those back in there. Put that one up the other way so you can see. The next one is a little bit more involved, but not terribly. We're using this DSP. Oh, it's the Hearts one. It has, it's this one. From My Heart Specialty Designer Paper. And I think I popped the other one away, didn't I? The one I'm using for the next one. So it's this one. I think I've showed you it before. So you could use any of those sheets for that card, or any red and white. Oh, you don't have to use red, I guess. I guess you could use any coloured card. You could use the one that's in the poppies, that Poppy Designer Series paper. You could use the, is it Rich Razzleberry? Razzleberry, I think, is in that one. Okay, now our next card. What have I done with it? Shifted everything, didn't I? For my stamp and scrub. So again, as I've said, I'll have to just grab the big shot because I think we need to do it. No, first we need to adhere our strip of paper. I'm using kind of the same design. Kind of, but a bit different. So this paper is the, I'll have to grab that and tell you what it is. It's the Coordinating Products one. And again, I need to be on here so you can see where the edge is. I'll find it in a sec. So I've cut mine that way because if I'd cut it the other way, I would have been limited to the colours, and I wanted to be able to use whatever colours from the rainbow of colours that are in that paper, and I hope it's in here. I hope I brought it out here again. I'll tell you what it is, because you probably wouldn't find it very... If you're on my stamping site, you would find it quite easily. Just let me see if I can grab it. And I'll bring the big shot in as well. So it's this one here, and what's it called? It's called Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper. So it's got the hearts which match the heart punch. I think I've showed you before. It's got, you could use, for this card we're actually stamping and cutting out the flowers, but you could just punch the flowers out of there. It's got the raindrops, more hearts, umbrellas, more hearts. It's got actually, so on the back of the flowers is the stripy one. And it's got the tulips, and on the back of the tulips is the green. Okay, just go bring my big shot over for a second, grab out my little die. I want to cut with it. Oh, I'm starting to feel better now. Just before I went live, I thought I had this pain. I thought, oh, don't tell me I've got chest pain, but I had a Nexium and it's gone, so it must be just, must have been just indigestion. should be cut. I didn't have any trouble cutting before, but you know, when you're live, things do happen, don't they? I love this little swirly thing. Could be a lot of uses for this. Okay, that one's done. I'll put him back. Oops. Clean out my dye first. That's got all that out. And back in there. I don't need the big shot again because we're using punches next. Oh, where's my card? Oh, there it is. Oh, I know, I've got to emboss that. Nearly forgot. Just need, because we're using a photopolymer stamp. I hope I've brought the right stamps. Yeah, I have. So because this is green, I wanted something to show up, so I'm going to use white. Use your little duster, so you don't get any fingerprints on there, so the powder doesn't stick to your fingerprints actually. And our Versamark. Let's pop that in the centre. It says thank you. I'm just gonna clean that while I think of it. Don't need that again. Right. Oops. I keep freezing. Am I freezing for anyone else? Now I'm going to make a noise. I don't think I'm freezing, Marg. I think I went to get some supplies. So I left the building. Oh, that's hot. Why didn't I notice it being hot before? Yes, just mind your fingers when you do this. I've got tweezers there somewhere, but I'll have it done by the time I find them. There we go. So that can go on there with my snail. I put it back. That's a bit rare that I put things back. So you want to centre that about in the middle of your white there. Put that back too. And I have pre-stamped and pre-cut some of the flowers that we need, but not all of them. Now, where's our little flower? That was for the inside. Done with that. I didn't need that. Here we go. So So I'm going to do a Daffodil Delight one now. I think that's Daffodil Delight, is it? Yep. Right. Looked a bit dark. Let's try that on there. And I do believe I saw someone else saying that when you stamp this little flower stamp it like as though it's a person with arms and legs, if that makes sense. So there's his head, there's his arms, and there's his legs, which is the easiest way to... I haven't tried any other way, so I don't know if it's a thing or not, and I found them quite easy to punch out. So, so there you go. I was going to say, that didn't... I'm going to flip that over. I think I am. No, it's got a dirty mark on there. That didn't quite stamp. I didn't hold it down long enough. I'm just going to leave that there while I... Oh, don't tell me. I was going to say, don't tell me I didn't get the punch, but of course I did because I showed you it before, didn't I? Maybe you can all see, but you all know how to punch something out anyway. Did some of these before, and one went on the floor or flew somewhere. Goodness knows where. I thought, oh, it's just as easy to stamp another one than find you. I think those are both good. I don't know where my awful one was. Maybe I was dreaming. I don't know. May as well punch this one out now I've got it. Save it for later. So I suggest when you're using this punch, if you get it as a freebie or you get it later on in the main catalogue, is you just take a piece of one of your scraps about, let's say about 1.25 inches, and just use it like that, like I've done tonight. I find that the easiest way to do that. Now, where are they all? Bone folder. Where's my bone folder? Oh, here we go. So, other thing I like to do is just to shape little flowers, is just no fuss, just do that. Put it in the palm of your hand and just give it a press. You can use your mat and your take your pick tool, but I'm always in a hurry, so I just use my hand. It's fine. I'm going to put 2 more up here. Anybody talking to me? Right, I'll put that away so I don't lose it again. Now some little mini dimensionals onto these flowers. I've not cleaned my stamp either, have I? Mustn't forget to do that. What's everyone doing for the long weekend? I know what I'm doing tomorrow, and I know what Marg's doing tomorrow. I booked in a class not realising it was the long weekend, but anyway, I just go with it because I'd already told work I wanted that weekend off, so it was too hard to reorganise anything else. Now I don't know what I've done with my, oh here, my rhinestones. you could use, and you could colour these whatever colour you want. They actually look fine without any leaves, but I'll show you what I did with the other one. I think I will, I don't know, I don't know if I showed you the other one. What do you think, with or without leaves? I'll put that up the right way for you. I'll put this one up the right way too. Should I put the leaves on or not? I just used the sprig punch and cut what I needed off there. So while I'm doing this, hi Dawn, how you going? You can tell me, leaves or no leaves. I'll actually keep going and doing the middle of the card insert. Make sure I put that up the right way. And the envelope, there we go. Which I did two different ways. I think I liked the second way that I did it, which was, this comes out of the same stamp set, the one with the little flowers, which I've forgotten the name of already. And what did I do? I'll just do that. And same in the middle, except I used a different colour, but I'm going to use, whoops, I'm going to stamp that off, because by stamping it off, the green, I'm not going to mask it or anything, so now that I've masked it off, you shouldn't be able to see the green through the, I did it on the, oops, wrong side, I did it on the Gorgeous Grape, the first one, because I was worried that you would see the colour come through, but then I did the Blushing Bride to match the outside of the card on there, and I actually quite like that better, so that's what I'm going to do with this card. Okay, I've got Blushing Bride there. Are you voting, leaves or no leaves, for me? Oops, didn't quite get that quite right. Let's see if I can fix it. You reckon I can? Don't know. No, I've got a shadow there. I might actually start again. I'll just finish the envelope first. Just got to make sure you leave the photopolymer. Use your mat and leave it there. Make sure you've pressed it down firmly, which obviously I didn't do. I have one, there's a little stem there, so I could have used the smaller flowers too. I just thought just then, oh, there's another space there, I can put a flower too. You don't have to get too carried away, but I think that looks not too bad. And then we want to do this one again. And I'll find the green ink, the Granny Apple Green. Who's voting? Anyone voted? I'll have to swipe it so I can see your comments in a sec. I'll leave that and I'll clean that when I clean the flower punch. Now, don't let me mess it up again. I think that might do. put that inside before I forget which side's the right side. And you can't see that from the other side, so as I always say, cardstock's got two sides to it, so don't stress if you muck it up. Now, what did you think? Do we need the leaves, or do we not need the leaves? Hi, Glenda. You like the leaves, Belinda? All right. We'll have to start it later. Okay, Dawn. All right, so all I did... I've got one punched. I just used the sprig punch. I'll just copy. Gosh, I hope I've done that up the right way. I'm putting them up the right way for you guys. And then I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so that one can go there. And I had a bit of this as well. A bit of this foil that I used. I think I used it last week, did I? And Rhonda was cursing me because she said now she needs it. Of course you need it. What happened then? I've got all little bits. Well, that's what I want anyway. That's okay. And I had some little slivers of green. I thought they might be enough. Look at that. Oh, it's tough to punch because that's all I need. I don't need, oops. I don't need the whole thing anyway, just need little pieces. So this is a good way to use up your scraps. How many have I got now? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. Oh, there's another bit in there. Try and get another one. And again, just texture them a little bit. Sure what I've done here. Oh, that's a whole bit, so that'll do. I've got the right side, yep. May as well, oops, may as well, doing it the wrong way. May as well texture them while they're together. I've got only a little piece of that one, never mind. Probably won't need it anyway. Oh, and I've got all mess in here. Okay. All right. Now, that one can go there. You could use any, you know, whatever foliage you would like. I just thought to keep it simple and quick, I would just use, that's the wrong side for me. Maybe I can swap that one. I would just use the punch, and it worked for what I wanted. That one's a bit bent. That one in there. And yes, I am going to stick them. I'm just seeing where they might go. Another little vellum one, where will you go? Maybe you can go there. So I like to use, oops, that one's not open. I like to use my multi-purpose glue for these little things, and I'm not going to adhere the whole lot of it down, just the edge, just this end. So, and I find sometimes if I use snail, I find that it, you know, doesn't quite stick properly sometimes when you're just using a little bit like that. Whether I miss putting the snail on or not, I don't know, but I've often had gifts that people have used snail and the little itty bits, they fall off, and then you've got beautiful gifts and you've got to go adhering them back on again. I just grab maybe a mess there, didn't I? It's the only thing with this, it can be messy. But that will dry clear, and if it's a problem I'm not left-handed, let's swap hands. I can get rid of, as you can see, I'm only using a tiny bit. So if anyone lives around Kerrang and they'd like to come to a class, I've only got a small class tomorrow, so I can easily do another set if you'd like to come, or if your plans have been changed and you didn't get round to letting me know, that's fine. So there we go. 2 sweet little cards. Got your ladybirds. Oh, let me grab that. Got your ladybirds and you've got your flowers. You know, when you've made a card and you think, oh, yeah, that's gorgeous. That's what I thought about these 2 cards. I mean, I probably think it about all the cards I make, but it never ceases to amaze me how simple, just putting some simple elements together can create a beautiful card, which is why we love this craft so much, isn't it, really? Okay, that's it from me for another week. I shall see you next Friday. Okay, bye-bye.